How you going, Dan? Dan Ridley, was it?
Yes, it is.
Mate, we've been watching your Commodore out at the track. It's certainly got a good note to it.
Yeah, it's the old VK. She's a lovely old beast. I've had her for probably 10 years now.
Yep. Before they started getting expensive,
Before they started getting expensive, fortunately. I kind of toyed around with building a 308 and decided, you know what, I'm going to go LS.
Yep.
So I've got a LS1. We've had a little bit of work done to the motor, so it's a little bit crankier than a standard LS. But the car's actually been built for improved production.
Yep.
And that's where basically I've been racing for the last probably 6-7 years.
Yep.
Before that I was actually working as crew and bits and pieces, and my background in racing is actually karting. So yeah, I decided to build this, and I'm a bit of a fan of the old school car with the new technology, the new sort of development that can come with the newer cars. So the car itself is actually got a lot of Motec and a lot of actually really good electronic gear through it as well. And yeah, so we're just out here today. We've got a bit of a program that we're trying to work towards, trying to settle the rear of the car down, and that's our plan. That's what we're doing today.
Yeah, I noticed as you're coming through the hairpins there, you were getting a bit squirrely on the way out.
Yeah, well, as I said, it's a bit experimental today. So we've been trying some different things with suspension and springs and different bars and bits and pieces, just to try to get the rear to settle down, because
give you a bit more turning.
Yeah, it turns in okay. It's just that mid corner, it starts to fall over a little bit.
Yep.
And it just sort of makes me have to wait a little bit longer to get on the throttle. And the strength of this car, it being so light and so powerful, is it's get up and go on a straight line. So if we can improve that corner exit and, you know, being able to get on the gas a bit earlier, then it's going to improve our lap times.
What sort of speeds are you getting down the main straight? Because you're fairly singing down there.
It's sort of around the 230 mark. Yep. 232 thereabouts.
Yep.
You know, as I said, great in a straight line, but if you can't actually hold that corner speed and pull the thing up, then you know, you can have all the speed in the world. But
yeah.
So
without control, that's nothing.
Without control, that's nothing, and we're trying to make this a better all-round package. Yep. So we're not really chasing that top speed. We could probably gear it a little bit different to actually get it to run a bit quicker. Yep. But we're looking for more that turning and sort of mid to exit.
So if you're sort of getting building it for a response and stuff like that, you'd be fairly mild with how aggressive you're going on your engine and stuff like that.
Yeah. Look, this is the second version of the engine. So the first engine was pretty much stock. We sort of tickled the heads a little bit and had a little cam in it, and then I was comfortable with it. We decided that we'd build a slightly bigger engine, so this one's now got pistons, and it's had a few other bits and pieces done to it, bigger cam, more compression, and it's woken the car up a
Yep.
lot. And as a result, it's actually impacted that sort of mid to exit sort of speed that we used to be able to carry. So
Okay.
again, it's a test and tune for us today.
Yep.
The idea is that we'll be racing next month.
Yep.
And we're just trying some different things while we've got the time and the ability. It's always terrible to try to chase something on a race weekend.
Yeah, it's impossible to get to the bottom of it.
It's impossible to get to the bottom of it, and look, at the moment we're trying to get it to the point that we can fine tune it with a bar or fine tune it with a roll center change and bits and pieces like that. So we've gone front to back in the last 2 practice sessions we've done, and we got the front turning and doing some things nicely, using the tyre a lot better, and now we're trying to settle the rear of it down.
Yeah, okay. No dramas at all. So when's your next round then?
We're out July 10 here at Eastern Creek.
Yep.
I believe it's the full circuit, so it's the little bowl section as well.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, which will be a bit of a challenge for this girl. I know she comes out of there a little bit sideways. It's more of a drift show than a race car, unfortunately.
Judicious throttle.
Got to be careful with it, but it's still, it doesn't matter what you do. There's changes in camber, there's changes when the car comes onto the track, from the old, the new part of the track to the old part of the track.
Where the grip level changes.
Well, there's actually a little peak there.
Okay,
So this thing can actually ride up over the peak, and all of a sudden it gets a little bit light and it
Carries the weight across.
makes it a little bit interesting. But so that's our next round.
Yep.
Part of the Improved Production New South Wales competition. This car runs obviously an over 2 litre.
Yep. So being over 2 litre, did they give you any ballast or anything like that you got to carry?
No. The cars, there is different classes within the over 2 litre category.
Yep.
This particular car runs in the early model category, which means it's actually exempt from weight penalty.
Okay.
So the car itself is actually relatively light.
Yep.
Whereas the late model cars, if they do engine swaps, head swaps, things like that, they're subject then to a weight penalty.
Okay.
So but there's sort of 2 to 3 litre, 3 to 6
Yep.
sort of thing. So
No dramas.
yeah.
Mate, it's been good talking to you.
Yeah, thank
We
you.
appreciate your time, Dan.
Yeah, no, my pleasure. I love supporting the YouTube channels. Actually, it's been learning a lot. Actually,
Yeah.
funnily enough. Learning an awful lot.
It's surprising just how much content's on there when you look at it.
Yeah, I mean, it's good, a lot of good stuff. And I guess it's the way the media platforms are going these days too.
Yeah.
So
Mate, we appreciate your time.
thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Dan.
Appreciate it. Secret button.